About 4 years ago, I lost absolutely everything that I'd ever saved up for my entire life in crypto. Not because the market crashed, but because I was a complete muppet. I trusted the wrong people. I didn't look at crypto for what it really was. I was looking for a way of putting money in my pocket because COVID had just happened and I was skint. I needed a way of making money pretty quickly. And I guess so did everyone. Everyone was in this position where we were looking for a way of bringing in additional income into our life because we'd just been locked down in our houses for a number of years, and many people lost their whole businesses, people had lost their savings, and people were not being paid. So naturally, we were looking for an additional way of making some income. Now, I wasn't really a stranger to crypto. I already knew about crypto. I'd already owned crypto and invested in it previously, but I trusted the wrong people. I trusted someone or people who said, don't just hold your crypto and wait for the prices to go up. That's silly. You've got assets, put them to work. Get them working for you so you can make an income. And the idea of cash flow was just so appealing for me that I almost believed anything because I wanted it to be true. I don't consider myself to be a stupid person, but my actions would lead you to believe that I am. And maybe you're watching this and feeling the same way because I was scammed. I was scammed hard multiple times. Not by something that was glaringly obvious, but a well put together Ponzi scheme that hid behind crypto, and it gave crypto the reputation and the stigma that it has now. And it's actually one of the reasons why my job is so bloody difficult, because my job is to educate people on crypto, tell them what it is, how it works, give them the foundational knowledge so that they can go and own desirable crypto assets that really do work and have an underlying value. But I'm undoing years of damage that these crypto MLM Ponzi schemes have done to people, and typically it's the over 40s category that have been hit the hardest. That's why I'm talking to you. So you might wonder, well, Lee, why the over 40s? Why you're how old? You might be wondering. I'm 35 at the moment, and at the time of recording this video. I know, I look so youthful, you must be thinking. Well, don't say anything. Anyway, before that, I was in the Air Force. I spent 13 years in the RAF, and an amazing job. I loved every minute of being in there until I didn't. It all became very woke, very, very woke. And I just couldn't be around that anymore. I wanted to live a life where I could kind of write my own rules. So obviously being in an institution, being in an institution, you become institutionalized, and you go where they tell you, you turn up when they tell you, you do everything when they tell you. And it comes a point in life where you go, I don't want that anymore. I want to write my own future. I'm going to do my own thing. And crypto just happened to be that vehicle. I didn't know I was a teacher. I'd never taught before. I haven't got experience or qualifications teaching. So you might be wondering, why on earth would you listen to me? That's a fair question. I don't know. I guess we learn from people who have experience in areas that we're looking to get experience from, have walked the walk, can talk the talk, and are able to relay information in a way that just makes sense to you. And I'm hoping I'm that guy. And if I'm not, then listen, thanks for watching as far as this. Maybe there's someone else out there for you. But this video is really to introduce me, what I do, and tell you that there are 5 rules that you need to stick to in crypto if you want to be successful. And I fucking wish someone had told me this. I really do, because God, I'd be in a different place right now. Who knows? I mean, I'm in a great place now. You might be able to tell from my background. There's some banana plants. So obviously I'm not in the UK. I live in Thailand now. And you may go, well, why do you live there? Because it's bloody great. It's really great. And actually, there is 0% crypto capital gains tax. So if you are a big crypto holder, or your intention is to be a big crypto holder, the UK is not really your friend at the moment. So you need to get creative, and you need to start learning some other ways to make this more efficient for you. But we'll save that for another video. Anyway, over 40s, why? They're the people who seem to resonate with me the most. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know why. When I set out in my crypto education business, I had no idea who my target audience were. I didn't know. I was asked multiple times by other business owners and mentors, and said, Lee, who is your ideal client? I said, I don't know. I get anyone who wants to work with me and learn about crypto. That's my ideal client. I'm not exactly spoiled for choice. This is crypto education. Two words that don't typically go in the same sentence. Crypto is gambling, crypto is risky. That's what most people think. So when it comes to I do crypto education, they're like, are you serious? That's like teaching someone how to be a professional gambler. Actually, it's not. And I will justify this position as you get to know me and throughout, because it really isn't. But the reason I work with the over 40s is because they found me. And I don't really know how. Maybe it's my style that they just related to. Maybe it's because I don't have a picture of me in a Lamborghini outside the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Maybe it's because I don't use terminology and words that they don't understand. Mainly because I don't understand it myself. I'm an old soul, and I prefer talking to people who are like me. And I guess you attract what you put out there, and why fight it? Why try and teach an audience that doesn't relate to me? Let's just cater to the people that actually already do. And there's enough young talent out there in the crypto world. And if you're a young buck and you like that, then go and watch those guys. You'll probably relate to them more than me. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, but the over 40s are typically very, very cynical. They've been around the block, they understand investing or want to learn about investing, and they are not impressed by the Lambos and the hype and showing off, going, oh, look at me and my bloody Patek Philippe. I mean, it is a nice watch, but it's not a Patek Philippe. It wasn't a 100-gram watch. It's just a watch. And I think that's what the over 40 is just like, just a real person that they relate to. So let's move on and let's actually start talking about some crypto. I am going to assume a couple of things about you. One, you're pretty smart. I mean, you're on YouTube and you're looking to learn about crypto rather than just diving straight in. So straight away, tick in the box, you're pretty smart. Two, you're not looking to gamble, otherwise you would be on a different channel instead of this one. You make measured decisions. You like to think about what you're doing and you like to consider stuff, but you might sit on the fence a little bit too long and you quite like someone taking the reins and saying, come on, you have to do something before you end up doing nothing. However, let me tell you something. In crypto, most of what I just said goes out the window. Most people take advice from people on TikTok who have zero experience in crypto whatsoever. They'll just throw out random coins. It could be a picture of a dog with laser eyes, and they'll buy it because someone convinced them that the price is going to go up. Now, you won't know why it's going to go up or if it's going to go up, but you trust that person because you have the perception that they know more than you, so you should listen to them, which goes against absolutely everything that you would do in your normal life. And you know it does. So that's why you're here, because you're hoping that someone can relay it to you in a way that you understand so that you can build a foundational knowledge and not get scammed like me, because I lost over $100,000 to unscrupulous MLMs, and I really want to make sure that you don't do the same thing, because it's very, very easy to get caught in the trap. Okay, let's get to it then. So I'm going to give you 5 rules in crypto that actually matter. Number 1, only risk what you can emotionally afford to lose. How cliche and generic is that advice? Obviously, you should only invest what you can afford to lose, but only invest what you can emotionally afford to lose. And I'm not talking about loss as in a permanent loss. I'm even talking about an impermanent loss, which means, let's say, right, I'm going to use very simple numbers here. Let's say you bought $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, you go and do that, you own $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. But then the price drops by 50% because Donald Trump made a statement about tariffs on the world, and everyone in the markets got panicked and started withdrawing their crypto and putting it into safer options because they didn't want to be exposed. The price of your Bitcoin suddenly becomes worth 5,000. How do you feel? If that feels emotional and you go, oh, I don't like this, I knew I shouldn't have done it, you are becoming emotional with that. You invested more than you can emotionally handle. So maybe it isn't that crypto isn't for you, it's that you just overexposed yourself and put too much in it. It's so easily done, especially when you buy into the hype and you buy into something that you perceive is going to go up in value in a quick space of time, and it doesn't do that, you react in a very emotional way. So number one rule is don't invest more than you can emotionally handle. It doesn't even need to be a full loss. Even if it drops down, you need to be able to deal with it and deal with it very well, because this is crypto, ladies and gents. This is crypto. Rule number 2, expect 80% drops. Expect it. It's going to happen. Now, even if you were to buy Bitcoin, it is absolutely possible that it could drop 80%. Why do I mention Bitcoin specifically? Because it is the biggest crypto by market cap. What is market cap, I hear you ask? It's the overall value of the coin. Every business, every publicly listed company has a market cap. For example, Tesla. Tesla has a market cap. It's the overall value of that company. So does Bitcoin, and so does every other crypto coin. Bitcoin is the largest, therefore it should be the most stable. However, expect up to 80%, well, 80% drops can happen, maybe even more. But in coins that are not Bitcoin, we call them altcoins. Altcoins will drop far more dramatically than Bitcoin because their market cap is smaller, therefore more volatile. You have to expect this. This will happen in crypto, but don't let it put you off. Use it as your opportunity, because when you get these big drops that go down, and it went down by 80%, what an amazing entry point you could get. Because when it inevitably bounces back, and not all coins will, but the larger ones such as Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP, they're tried and tested. They likely will bounce back. So if you could get an 80% discount and it comes back up, that's a bloody good return. That's about 50 years in the bank to get that kind of return. So use it as opportunity more than anything, but absolutely expect it. Rule number 3, security above everything. I know it's not glamorous or exciting, it's not particularly sexy talking about security, but it's the most important of all. And so many people have that as like an afterthought. It should be the first thing you think about. So when you're looking to buy a crypto coin, you need to think about, where am I going to put it? Where am I going to store it? The default is, oh, I'll buy it through Revolut and I'll just keep it there. Or I'll buy it on Coinbase, I'll keep it there. You can do that, but there are risks associated with that. And you might not even be aware that there are risks there. And that's fine, because that's why my channel exists. But you need to be aware that Revolut is a bank. Coinbase is a centralized crypto platform. They have custody of your assets. If it collapses, bye-bye crypto. So you need to be very aware of that. Also, if it's only protected by your email address and password, how many of you are watching this video that have your standard email address, your Gmail, and then your password is your pet's name, 123? You're there blushing, go, how does he know? Because so many people do the same thing. Well, if you haven't set up that security, it could be very easy for someone to clean you out. So hopefully, rule number 3, security above everything, really sticks in your mind. Rule number 4, boring beats broke. Crypto should not feel exciting. I know it does, especially if you're new. You're like, oh, I bought some Bitcoin and oh, look at it, it's going up, because it moves quick. It does go up and down very, very quickly, and it can feel exciting. I mean, I'm not oblivious to that, but it really should feel boring. So rather than buying in because you hear someone on YouTube, you know, looking there on the right-hand side, there's a menu of related videos, and one of the videos probably has a much more exciting caption, much more exciting picture, a better looking guy, and you go, oh, this person, they're telling me the top 5 coins to make me a millionaire. I'm going to look at that. And then you watch the video and it's all of this kind of language that talks about being exciting. And guys, we are going to change your life. If you buy this now, it's going to do a 1000% return. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. That's crazy talk. But people do it all the time. Boring beats broke. Slow and steady wins the race. Dollar cost averaging. That means buying a little amount of crypto on a regular basis. Now, you might be watching this from a different country and go, dollars? I don't use dollars. I use pounds or euro. Yeah, all right, replace the word with your local currency. Rather than going, I have this amount of money right here. Let's call it $500. I've got $500 and that's all I've got. And I'm going to put it all into this crypto today. Or you could say, rather than do that, I'm going to divide it into $50 chunks, and I'm going to buy some today, And then next month I'm going to buy another 50 and then another 50. And I'll just keep doing that. And I'll do that for a number of years. That's boring, but it works. It beats going broke because you're never going to time the market perfectly. You might do it once by fluke, but you're never going to get it right every time. If you do, can you send me a message and tell me that what to do? Because I would love your crystal ball. If you can lend me it, that'd be amazing. But you don't know. So boring beats broke. And finally, rule number 5. You're not late. Honestly, you're not late. Everyone thinks they're late to crypto. I thought I was late, and in 5 years' time, someone else who's joining crypto will think they're late as well. You're not late. You're just delaying it for education first. Now, you might think that's missing your opportunity. Why would I learn? I need to get in now. Just buy Bitcoin and then I'll worry about it later. Wrong. Learn first. Most losses come from rushing, making ill-informed decisions or decisions based on nothing other than just FOMO. By the way, if you're over 40 and you don't know what FOMO means, it means fear of missing out. Don't do that. Do it slowly. That's the best way. Remember rule number 4, boring beats being broke. You're not late. You're just learning first. And if you can do that, you will get ahead of the majority of people in crypto, because most people just dive in head first with no plan. Don't be one of those people. So let's have a really quick recap on those 5 rules. 1, only risk what you can emotionally afford to lose. Number 2, expect 80% drops. It's going to happen. Number 3, security first. I know it's not sexy, but do security first. It's so important. 4, boring beats broke. Don't chase excitement. Don't follow all the YouTubers. Have a plan, stick to it, and emotion plays no role in your decision making. And finally, number 5, you're not late. You're just learning, and that's okay. So let me move on to the final part of this video, and the bit that you really should stick around for, because I'm going to tell you the things that I wish someone bloody told me when I got started, because it would have saved me not only a load of money, a load of heartache, and I'd probably be even further ahead than I am now had I done this. However, that being said, I guess I'm kind of glad it happened, because it gave me the experience that I can pass on to you so that you don't make the same mistakes. I guess every scar tells a story, and I'm telling you so that you can avoid doing what I did in my early days. Being smart in crypto is not about knowing what every single coin is. It's not a memory test. There's like hundreds of thousands of coins. People ask me all the time, oh Lee, have you heard of this? If I say no, does that instantly mean that I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm not experienced because I can't remember 150,000 different crypto coins and their names and what they do and their price? No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I don't need to know about that. I need to understand the fundamentals and the foundations of crypto and how to make good decisions, but I'm not a walk-in textbook, and you don't need to be that either. Real winners in crypto, they don't shout about everything online and all their wins. They just don't do that. In fact, if you do that, you actually become more of a target. How can someone steal something that they can't see or touch? It's all cyber. So if you start showing off on social media and posting screenshots of your wins, what are you likely to attract? Scammers, hackers, people that want to steal from you. You're making yourself a target. Real investors and people that are actually successful, they don't show off, which is why you don't see me posting big wins on social media, stood next to my Lamborghini outside the Burj Khalifa. That's, for me, is not what I want, and I don't want to make myself a target, and you shouldn't either. I wish someone had told me that if someone's claiming to have this kind of secret sauce that could help you shortcut the whole process, they're just selling something to you. Probably something that they own. Maybe it's a coin they own and they're trying to push the price up. That's why these YouTubers do it. It's often a way that you're going to find yourself getting into trouble. There is no shortcut. You can't learn experience. You just have to go through it. The only shortcut you could possibly get is listening to someone who tells you, learn, 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 or get yourself a mentor who can sit there, who has the heart of a teacher, who genuinely cares about you, who can sit there and do this all with you. I mean, that would be the only shortcut, I would say. Someone who's actually going to do it with you, who knows what they're doing. But otherwise, it's just a process. And you can't speed this up. You can't cheat it. It's like going to the gym. Your body tells the story. If you put the reps in and you do the work, you're going to look like you do the work. But if you don't, you try and shortcut it, well, what's the result? That was a nice analogy, wasn't it? I just made that up on the fly. So there we are. I'll wrap that up now for the end of this video. I hope this was helpful. You've got 5 rules there that you need to stick to if you're going to start getting involved in crypto. And if you enjoy the content and you enjoy what I'm talking to you about, then give me a follow and subscribe-y thing, and I'll be doing more. So I will see you on the next video. If you've got any questions, drop a comment beneath and I'll get back to you. But otherwise, stay safe out there. Don't rush it. Take the time to learn. You're not late and you will win.